It's important to examine how children learn to think critically because they are bombarded with information from many different sources. So they have the television, internet, even their peers. And not all sources of information are equally trustworthy. So one of their tasks is to learn when they should trust a source and when they should not. There's a number of different ways we test the children. With our project that we're doing with preschool-aged children, we present them with simple problems to solve. So they might be asked to figure out which of 4 objects is inside of a box. And they're presented with different sources that could give them information about this problem. Some of these sources are helpful and knowledgeable, and some of these sources are not. And so their task is to figure out which source will be helpful. In the other project with older children, with elementary school age children, we ask them a number of different questions related to how they're evaluating information. So we present them with short stories and ask them simple questions about those stories. We also give them a number of different kinds of tasks to look at other cognitive abilities, and we can examine their responses to these questions to get a sense of how they're evaluating information and how it's differing across ages as well as across individual children. So in terms of what we found with our research so far, we see sometimes that children can be surprisingly good at evaluating information. That said, they also have weaknesses, as do we as adults. So one of our tasks is to try to understand more about the reasons for individual differences as well as developmental differences in how they're evaluating information. One of our next steps in this research is to keep gathering information about these developmental individual differences and how children are evaluating information. The idea is once we have obtained more information about this, we'll have a better sense of what helps children be good at critically evaluating information, as well as what gives them difficulties. We can also start to develop interventions to try to encourage better critical thinking skills. So in terms of what we're looking for research participants, we're working with children between the ages of 4 and 9 for these projects. I believe this research is important because children are faced with lots of information. There's misleading advertisements out there. There are sources who are trying to convince them to do things that are not accurate, are not appropriate. And so we want to encourage children to grow into being responsible adults who can evaluate the information that they're perceiving. And so the more that we can do to understand what changes across development and what we can do to encourage critical thinking skills in kids, hopefully the more we can do to produce responsible citizens as adults.